Hey.
Hey. So I'm Duchess. I'm doing press on behalf of Soul City. So the first question, I didn't know I was only going to get one, so I was going to kind of balance it out. But I wanted to ask a really good question. So I wanted to know what your take is, your personal take is on mental health in this space. One, as a creator, but two, as a Black male creator.
I feel like it's definitely very important. I know when I first started, people are racist. Like they immediately just say the first racist slur that they can think of in the comment section and stuff like that. So once you learn to get past that and just know that some people are just dickheads, then the rest is kind of easier from there. Take a lot of time for yourself. Really think about the position that you want to be in, and know that other people want to be in that position. That's why they lash out the way they lash out sometimes. So that's just all you gotta do.
Thank you.
How you doing? Taylor with the Chopper Network.
Okay.
Real simple question. So you Twitch stream, you YouTube, make music also. Out of those three lanes, which one do you feel the most comfortable in? And if you had to, which of those lanes would you just cut out your life all around?
I think I definitely feel the most comfortable streaming. It's just natural. I feel like I don't have to try as much. If I had to cut one off, YouTube streaming or rapping, if I had to cut one off.
And why?
Damn, probably YouTube, cause I do have a huge passion for rapping or making music, but YouTube is, I don't know, man. YouTube can be cool, but people switch up so fast.
I'm sorry. What do you mean they switch up so fast?
They, some people be fans, but the moment you have an opinion that they don't like, they instantly start shitting on you and stuff like that. Like when the whole Kendrick and Drake beef was going on, if I liked a song, then apparently I was picking a side. Like if I thought Drake kind of slid on Family Matters, oh my God. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. People go back and forth, man. YouTube is kind of weird, but I never had fickle fans with music.
Okay.
Be new from Real Ninja Review. So my question is, what was your experience like in gamerhood?
Gamerhood was cool. Meeting different content creators that I normally don't really talk to, and the challenges were cool. It's just the games that they picked were kind of not for me, like League of Legends. Like I don't play League of Legends, but it was a cool experience. Like it took me outside my box. I'm not very social. Like I know you may see it on stream, but I don't really like talking a lot or being around a lot of people. So it definitely took me outside of my shell.
Nikolai Capone.
My guy.
I was curious, are you, because I noticed that there was a little bit of controversy between you and some Clippers.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see if you would elaborate a bit more on that, because I know that people do take a lot of not even just yourself, but other people's content and create amazing clips out of it. But I have noticed that that is an ongoing issue between a big streamer like yourself and other people.
Yeah.
So is that something that you can elaborate a little bit on?
It's mainly because there was one page, it was a fan page that would just take clips or whatever, which is whatever. But then they started taking things like my son, like pictures of my son. Like I don't show him on the internet, but it's just like little things, like if I show him walking or his new fit, and then they post it, and then you get the weird comments that obviously I can't moderate.
Yeah.
So they're talking about my child in a disrespectful way and things like that. And I'm telling you, can you take that down? Because you're not even moderating your own comments.
Yeah.
They don't respond.
Just be respectful.
Yeah. So it's just I just kind of grew a hatred toward, because I just see what they do. They just want the views. They know they get the views. They know they get the subs, because that's where it is. But it's just weird when you're just taking things that aren't me anymore. You're just taking my family stuff and things like that. It's just weird.
Yeah, they gotta stop being weird.
Yeah, too parasocial.
Oh yeah. But hey, I also wanted to say congratulations again.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Hello,
Hello.
Crystal from Urban Anime Lounge. So on your gaming channel, that you've been playing a lot of like older PS games. Is there a favorite PS game that you played recently, or is there any one that you plan on playing in the future?
That's a good question. I think my favorite PS3 game I played was Asura's Wrath. Like I really love God of War, so that game was like it was so cool. When
That was an intro. I never even heard of that game until
Me
you played it.
neither, so that was like a cool experience. Something I'm looking forward to playing is right now I'm on like my Black Ops arc. So I played Black Ops 1. I'm gonna start I started Black Ops 2, and I'm just playing it until like I get to the most recent ones. But a lot of people have been telling me about Devil May Cry.
That's a good one.
I never played that. So.
Not even one?
No, the only Devil May Cry I played was the most recent one, the newest one. So people keep telling me I gotta play that.
You gotta play it.
I'm gonna try that.
It's amazing.
That.
Yeah, you definitely gotta play Devil May Cry.
Okay, I got you.
I'm Chad from the Fusion Hot Podcast. I was gonna ask for upcoming streamers, what would you tell them as far as getting into streaming? What would you recommend they do?
I would definitely say do what's comfortable for you. I know that I feel like streaming is taking a different direction, like IRL type of streams and just having big guests and things like that. But I've always just kind of stayed in my own thing because like I said, I don't really like talking to people like that and doing all that. So I don't even want to be in public streaming. But I would do what makes you feel comfortable. Don't try to compete with the next person thinking that what they're doing is successful for them is going to be for you too. Just, find your lane and just stay there and just create unique aspects in your lane. I think that would be it.
Start from the top again, y'all. You have another question? We do. Alrighty.
So, Duchess again. So, my question to you, I know you talked about being a little bit more to yourself. So, when it comes to different events like Dreamcon, or even different events where you come into contact with, fans who are also creators, different things like that, how do you navigate that as a creator, especially at where you are now in your career?
So I always get asked, like, John will ask me, like, yo, you want to do a panel this year? Or do you like, no, I'm good, bro. So that's how I usually do it, try to keep myself as low-key as possible. Like, you'll see me at Berlin's. Anything Berlin's doing, I'll be in the background of that. Just because, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I get, not awkward, but overwhelmed sometimes to where, I don't know, I just feel like I'm about to just shut down to where I just can't do it anymore. But I kind of just keep it low key and just I'll pop up in other people's stuff and support them.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have a question. How long do you plan on doing content?
I can definitely see myself streaming until I'm like old and rugged, bruh. Like definitely streaming. Streaming is just fun. I feel like that's just the easiest thing to do. But also gaming. I think I might eventually, if I stop streaming, I'll just be doing YouTube, just dropping gameplays and stuff like that. There's always gonna be a game dropping, so I think that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I do have a question. All right, so I mean, we're all still human at the end of the day.
Right.
So I mean, what are like your friend groups like now you're at this? You're in a different, a different place in life, and you know what I'm saying, making more money, keep different people around you. Do you feel like you can keep the same group of people around you, or do you feel like you kind of have to hang more with a streamer group of people because they are more in your lane and on your type of time and things like that? Like, how do you feel socially going into this new chapter in space and
Yeah, that's a good question. I seen something, there was like a quote or something, I don't remember the exact quote, but it's like, you gotta stop hanging out with people who you have history with and hang out with people who you see like, who you build your future with. Cause it's like, just because you have history with people, they might be on a different thing, like path that you're already headed on. So I definitely probably lost a few friends that I knew from high school and stuff like that because they were just on the same shit we were doing in high school, like smoking and trying to get the bad bitches and shit like that. But that's not what I am on anymore. So it's like, you know, once I met like PG and Berlin and all of them, we all have the same mindset. So it's like hanging out with them is just, it just keeps us inspired and keeps us going and stuff like that. And we're all around the same age too. So it's like, it's just, we're on the same page with a lot of this stuff. So, yeah.
You mentioned before rapping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey,
I
no,
know.
that's my lane. So I was curious when you coming back to that because that boy Aura is still working.
I know, and I told him, what's crazy is I hit him up and I told him like, I got a bag for him and I want him to like, to produce a whole project for me. So I am gonna work on something. It's just, I just had nothing to really write about because I've talked about everything I needed to talk about. My main inspiration was just when I was in a dark place and trying to get out that dark place. I'm out of that dark place. I've done everything that I wanted to do, but now I have a son. So now I feel like I can more cater it to writing towards him or writing to him. Basically like just, you know, telling him things like that. I don't know, like raising him through a project, something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
dope though.
Yeah. I'm coming up with some idea, bro.
Something like
I'm cooking.
let that man cook.
How you doing? Jeremy from the Fusion Hot Fusion Hot Podcast. As I hear you talk, I hear how humble you are and how like just cool, mellow, and all that stuff. And some people be like, "Man, I'm just but you just talking cool, like I got a family, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how do you remain humble without thinking, you hot stuff?
Just knowing that the position I was before I even had all this, working as a janitor and then working at a paint store, knowing that I wish I could be in the position I am in now, and just knowing that any day I could lose that. Any day people could just not like me anymore. So it's not like I'm just that guy who can never do wrong and never lose somebody. A lot of people don't like me just because, you know, the way that I bluntly say things sometimes. I curse a lot.
Join the club.
Yeah, like a lot of people think I'm mean just because of the way I talk to people on my stream and stuff like that. But I'm just a chill person outside of streams. And what people need to realize, it's just for entertainment. Like, you gotta be loud. Like, you don't got to, but you know, I turn it up a lot on stream. Like, it's still me, but it's just turned up a dial like a lot. But yeah, just knowing that I could lose it whenever, and also I don't ever feel like I'm just that guy. It's just, you know, I just got in a good position. I got lucky because I worked hard, and that's what I'm just gonna continue to do. Like you said, we're all humans at the end of the day. There's nothing different between me and any of y'all. Yep.
Alright, so I know it wasn't recently, but you were playing recently the Naruto video game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fans kind of ruined that experience.
Oh my
But do you ever see yourself ever like getting back into like that game series or any other future anime games?
Okay, so I heard that Bleach is coming out, and I've never watched that. Like, I don't really watch anime like that. So it's like I played Naruto and I watched the anime through playing the game. So I mean, if Bleach is like that and people are telling me I should play it, I'm gonna do the same thing. Play the story, and that's how.
Yeah, the Bleach video game is not.
It's not like that? Okay, thanks for letting me know, man. Oh, no, see. There's a One Piece game? Yeah, no. Are they worse than Naruto?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, 'cause they was on my head, bro.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Garland with the Trucker Network. So my question is a little kind of personal.
Mhm.
I had like a YouTube channel. I had like 500K subscribers,
Mhm.
and I kind of stopped just because I felt like I wasn't being genuine to my community. So what is the best way, I guess, for you to feel like you still engage with your audience, your community?
That's a good question. What do you mean, like you didn't feel like you was being genuine with them?
Like after a while, like I feel like the content I was pushing out was kind of like dry, so I didn't feel like I was being me. I kind of stopped.
Okay.
And so I kind of want to start over in a different niche, but I don't want to feel like I'm failing my audience.
Yeah. When I feel like that, I usually just start doing what I feel, what I know I like. Because a lot of the times I'll get to a point where I'm just doing things because I know a lot of people will like it. But once you stop focusing on numbers and how many people will be in the stream and you just do what you like, those numbers will gradually grow again for people that just genuinely like what you're doing. So I remember I would just watch movie clips and stuff like that, short films, and people didn't care about that. But now it's like a part of my stream is just people sending me links, and I'll just go down rabbit holes of just random things, and that's like the most fun I have in the stream. So it's just stuff like that, engaging with chat and what y'all trying to do, what y'all want to watch, and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I was trying to incorporate that more because I never did streaming. Like,
Yeah.
just posting videos and I reply to comments, but I feel like after a while that got dry.
Mhm.
So now I'm trying to integrate Twitch and streaming for myself and within the podcast.
Yeah.
I want them to feel like it's a community, like they're not just fans, but like your family. Really.
Yeah, you just gotta interact with them, like talk with them more, and if you see a name you recognize, like really show them that you're aware of them, because that means a lot to people. Like the fact that if you see a name like, oh shit, what's up, bro? That means a lot, and that's how you keep people coming back over and over again. Just remember some names of people that type a lot, return, donate, stuff like that, and it goes a long way. So, yeah.
Thank you guys. That's all we have for questions.
Thank you guys.
And thank you, Dante, for coming.
Of course.
All right.
Hello, I'm Crystal from Urban Anime Lounge. So my question is, did you always plan on being like a comedian, funny guy on the internet, or it's just something that happened?
No, it was super accidental. So my mom is a refugee, single mother who raised me, came from a different country. And my whole life, it was like beating like school into my head. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to school, go to college, I get a scholarship, everything's right as rain. And then I realized like, school's just not for me. And I did like AP classes and stuff like that when I was in high school to like have a better college like career. And the classes I got credits for, I had to redo. Like they were like, oh, it's, what was it called? Prerequisites? Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, it's prerequisites, you have to do it. And so I quit school because of that, got kicked out, and I was just in like a really like low place. I don't blame my mom. She doesn't understand like social media. She thought she was doing the best thing for me. And I just realized it made me really happy while I was in that dark time. And so then I just kept doing that. I got into like sales instead of school, did all right there, made a little bit of money, didn't love it. And then like I would just tell myself like every time I don't love something, I go right back to making like a joke. And then accidentally, the shit just started blowing. Oh, can I cuss? Yeah. Okay. The shit just started blowing up, and I was like, I guess I'm in here for like the long road, long haul, whatever the saying is. And then that's how I'm here now.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Chad from the Fusion Hot Podcast. So I see you obviously stream video games. What is your favorite old school and your favorite new video game franchise?
Okay. Does Black Ops 2 count as old school? Or are you talking older?
Yeah, I mean, it's
okay.
disrespectful to me, but yeah, it does.
I got you. See, the issue was like, my mom never let me play games like that. Okay. So like my first like interaction with video games was like, it was Kirby with the GameCube, then we lost the GameCube. And then skipped GameCube all the way up to PS3. So that was one of the first games I remember really playing with me and my little brother. So I would say Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite games. I guess in the OG sense. I know it's not that OG.
Yeah.
But and then new games you say?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Apex. I love Apex. Unfortunately, I feel like it's on like a downswing because of like some stuff that the developers are doing. But I love how creative you can be in the game.
Yeah.
So I'll say Apex for right now.
Okay,
for sure.
Yeah, but ask me this question again in a year, because I'm going over like the classic games on stream.
Ooh.
So like I did Outlast, I did The Last of Us. I'm gonna do some games before then, like just to really get to some OG ones, and then I just want to game more because I feel like it's a art form I never like experienced. So like I wanna, and people love watching like their favorite games get played. So I was like, all right, it's the best of both worlds.
Ninja Turtles on Nintendo.
Got you.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles on Nintendo. I got you.
You're gonna be mad, but it's gonna be worth it.
I got you.
Super Nintendo?
No, just regular Nintendo. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Garland, the Chalker Network. I kind of just wanted to ask you, like, when did you feel like you found your purpose in life?
Yeah, it was like kind of the same thing I said there. It was like at my lowest point when I really felt like I had nothing like inside, like emotionally. My mind, or I don't know, my brain would just naturally go to making jokes. And so like, you know how sometimes like we all have like a thing that we do that we don't notice, but like your friend will point out. Like sometimes when you laugh, you kind of like turn your head to the side. Something like as natural as that. I noticed like making jokes was my thing. Like that was the natural thing that I did. And so it was kind of like, oh, I've done this. Like it was like a moment of realization. Like I've done this my whole life. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe this is the reason why I've done this. And so now I've been able to turn it into like this. So I think I found my purpose when I was at the lowest point, like as a person, I guess.
Okay, I feel that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Nikolai Capone of the Nikolai Capone podcast.
Yes.
When are you gonna reveal yourself to be the leader of Anonymous?
Hack the mainframe.
No, that isn't my real question. But my question was, do you feel that there will ever be a transition between, creating content, with videos and stuff like that, to going on stage and performing?
Yeah, eventually there will be. I think before I get there, I want to write something. I want to write a show like a Adventure Time, but make it like a little bit more grown up. Not as grown up as like Family Guy, but like if you were to think like if the meter was Adventure Time and Family Guy, I want it to be like there. You know what I'm saying? Something with like really good jokes. Like I feel like something that we're lacking in media is like genuinely funny stuff. Like there's some like moments that give me like a chuckle here and there, but I feel like something like Adventure Time, even though it was for kids, the writing was crazy. Adventure Time had something like that. I think Shrek is a big one too. I really like, if y'all I don't know when the last time y'all saw Shrek was, go watch it again. The jokes in Shrek are crazy. Yeah. I was watching it with my girl, and she doesn't care, she's just watching it. And I'm like, did you catch that joke? Like I'm that annoying boyfriend. Like, did you catch that joke? Did you get that? And so like I want to write something like that, that can be watched by like younger people, like somewhere around like 12 to 16, and like they can kind of get it. But then when like an older person watches it, like I don't know, let's say 20, 25 plus, it's like, oh, this has some really good stuff in it that you can laugh at while you're younger. But now that I'm older, I understand a little bit more.
Kind of like replayability.
Yeah. So I think that the stage will be eventually, the writing will be eventually, but I'm gonna use content and stuff like that as like a bus. So like I can, like all my supporters, I can take them to either Twitch, or I can take them to YouTube, or I can take them to my stand-up specials or my shows. So I'm using it for everything.
I see you. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm gonna need you to do your strength build. Need you to do your strength build?
Sorry, man.
How you doing? I'm Josiah from the Chalker Network. When was the first time you realized that you had a talent for comedy?
3rd grade. I won class clown. And I was like I remember somebody telling me like when I was young, it was somebody that was older. He was like, you shouldn't be proud of class clown. That just means like you're annoying, or that just means that like you get in trouble a lot. And I remember like before he told me that, I remember getting it. I remember being super happy. I was like, yo, this is dope. I just got an award for my funniness. And then like that adult had told me that. And I remember looking at the paper, and for a second I was like, damn, I don't even want this no more. But then I remembered, it's like, nah, like I really love that I have this. And I kept it for a while, but I moved and I lost it. But I wish I would have like kept it, because I would have kept that forever. I would have like made it a plaque. But third grade was when I realized I just like making people laugh. More than I liked school. I was still good at school, but I like making people laugh more.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony? It's AJ from the Chalker Network, and my question is, at what point do you hire talent so that your content continue to run its course while you focus on other projects?
Oh, I don't know. I've never hired talent.
Okay.
Like everything that I do creatively, I comes from me. So I wouldn't know that answer. I will say, instead of talent, I will say a team, because like they can delegate. I think a manager can be important when you really need one, because I feel like a lot of content creators and a lot of people who are in maybe media or just art in general will try to get a manager a little too early. And a manager's job is to make your life easier, because your life is so busy that it's starting to impede on your content. So I feel like after all the things I've done, now is the time for me to start looking for a manager, because I did everything else alone. Even like, I don't know if you guys saw the Shaq commercial, like I did that alone, you know? So now I'm at a point where if I'm still doing everything alone, I'm either going to start dropping in content, dropping in streams, dropping in YouTube videos. So I think just make sure you're doing enough to where somebody that you hire is genuinely helping you and not just taking your money.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
How you doing, Tony? I'm Tone from Binge Or Cringe Podacst. So, just general question. Like, I know there's a lot of new games coming out this year. Is there any one in particular that you're looking forward to and like streaming good?
Yeah, some Wukong. The new Wukong game.
Yeah,
I'm really like, I'm crossing my fingers about that one, because you know, gaming trailers come out and the trailer looks crazy fire, and the game is not. But I think like with how important Wukong is to like philosophy, to what's the word I'm looking for?
Mythology?
Mythology, there it goes, to philosophy. With how important he is in mythology, I think that they're gonna do it right. I really do. So I'm excited for that game, especially after like beating Elden, and I have a taste of what like those types of games are. I'm excited for it.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? I'm Trey G with KKDA, Dallas, Texas radio station for K104 is the name.
I gotta tell my homie Kieran, he's from Texas.
Oh, dope. Tell him call in sometime.
Gotcha.
My question for you, with the fame that you have, you know, you really big, social media, really big online. What has been the hardest thing adjusting to with the newfound fame? I know it's hard for you probably to go places and get recognized by everybody. What has been something hard to adjust to?
Funny enough, it's not being recognized at all. Like I really enjoy like people enjoying like my work. Like everybody does. So whenever somebody, I don't know, I guess builds up the courage to ask for a picture, you never know. People got anxiety. People got, you know, and that could be hard for somebody to do. That makes me really happy that like they spend the time to do it for me. Something that really I found out is hard is time management. Like sometimes, and I don't want to blame it because I have ADHD. I don't want to blame it on that, but like sometimes I'll just get too locked in, and then I'll just forget everything around me. So like one time my mom called me and she was like, "I haven't seen you in a minute." My mom lived, 20 minutes down the road, and so it's stuff like that where I need to make sure the people, like I still have time for people in my life, like my family, my friends, and even myself. Like, and I make sure to not make everything that I do content, and I don't put Tony on the internet. If you really pay attention to the content I make, it's always like a character I'm playing. Two parallel lines beefing. Like that's funny, but that's not necessarily me and who I am and my spirit. And so I don't give that to online, so I can have time for myself and so I can keep that with like my friends and my family. So it's a mix of that. I say time is tough, and deciding what to put and what not to put online is tough.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Call your mama.
Yeah, I know, right? I had a meet and greet today, and she called me in the middle of it, and I stopped the meet and greet. I was like, "Hold on, y'all, my mom called me. Let me see what she wants."
You're like, yes. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Kristen Curry. I'm doing well, and you?
my social media platform is Blur Sunday. Tough being over here. So many great questions have been asked that have also been on my mind. But what I will ask is, with where your career, I would say, has been going, and like the recognition, the opportunities, and where everything is going for now and in the future, what are you looking forward to doing next now that you have this, level of success?
I want to have something that has that I stamp, that's mine. I love content, I love making jokes, but I think that it's not something that's permanent. And by that I mean, if TikTok, the TikTok ban, right? If TikTok is banned, like, yeah, I have Instagram and I post my skits on there too, but let's just say I didn't. If I only posted on TikTok and had this many followers and the app got banned, that's my whole discography gone like that. Yeah, I can remember some jokes, but it's always bothered me how quick like social media is in terms of like art. But that's because it's meant to be that way. Social media is meant to be quick. You get your dopamine fix, you move on to the next post. So the next step is I want to have something where, like, Jordan Peele is a very big inspiration of mine. Somebody who went through comedy and then went through like movies that have made serious movies that were critically acclaimed. So while I love Key and Peele, and everyone loves Key and Peele, I mean, it pushed the culture and it pushed jokes, it's Get Out that he's talked about because it's a long lasting, it's something that's stamped, it's his. Not to say that Key and Peele is not his, but that's what I want, is I want something that's genuinely mine, like a movie or a show or something like that, where it's like, and Jordan Peele's got two of them. He's got Key and Peele and Get Out and other movies. But that's what I want. I just want something that's mine. Like, that's not necessarily content related.
Okay, and quick comment, very, very quick. That just kind of reminds me of the Kobe mentality of like him wanting to be so well known for porn in other ways that like people don't think of basketball first when they think of him. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, okay, you answered my question. Nobody asked it, but you answered it in the first question.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask it anyway. Okay. But I'm gonna also comment on how fucked up it is that we finally get around to meet, and I'm out of memory now.
No.
All the rest of my devices are dead.
I'm so sorry, bro. Hey, tomorrow, let's set up a time to meet so you can ask me on like your phone or something like that, so I get so you can see contact.
That's a big bit.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Gotcha.
What's up, Tony?
What's on?
I'm Nugget from Level 1 Gaming. I feel like you may have answered in your own way, but outside of everything that you've done in your accomplishments, what's like your favorite video or moment or something that you've done?
Favorite video. My favorite moment. Actually, I say this. I think I had my favorite moment today. Actually, when my mom called me, I told her, because like I said, like, my mom's from a different country. She doesn't really understand like one, she doesn't understand comedy necessarily, and she definitely doesn't understand social media. So when I tell her like, hey, I'm streaming, hey, I'm like writing or something like that, she gets it. But she's never seen it. So she called me. I was like, hey, I'm doing a meet and greet. You want to say hi to everybody? She was like, yeah. And I FaceTimed her and I showed her the whole room. She immediately started crying. So I think that was one of the ones, like, just personally, I think like in career-wise, meeting J. Cole was really crazy. One of my favorite artists. Meeting Shaq was crazy. I think the next one that I really do want to meet is 50. I think that's gonna be the craziest because he's one of my favorite artists ever. So, but yeah.
Thank you, Will, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Oh, stop it. We're going back?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Wait, it's right here.
These two?
Wait, right here.
Oh,
Hi.
Oh, you missed it. Oh, hi.
Okay, so I'm Duchess. I'm doing press on behalf of Soul City. This is a question that's similar to what I asked earlier to somebody else, but I think it's important to ask. In this space, we know it's really important to talk about mental health, but especially as somebody who's, in the sense of like from a viewer perspective, you've made it, right? What is your take on mental health as a creator and making sure that you're taking care of yourself?
I think that this is gonna sound like kind of bad, But I think that if you want to get into content and you want to necessarily make it, I think you have to understand that eventually this shit's just not healthy for you. And in any way, like I don't think it's just not natural for me to be able to reach this many people. It's not natural for this many people to be able to comment on anything I do, my appearance, the way I talk, my jokes, anything like that. And I would say I'm a very mentally strong person, and the comments don't necessarily get to me, but I can tell it's definitely changed my brain from like when I was like 19 to like now. I can tell that this does something like to you. I don't know necessarily how bad it gets. I would say that I've figured out a balance with it, but I do know a lot of like creators and a lot of big ones. A lot. They got money and they got cars and they got fame and they got everything that they want, and the conversations always end up ending the same. It's like, I don't really feel that happy with it, and that's because happiness is something like that's it's like ingrained in you. You have to work on that yourself, and so no accomplishment you can get or you do, whether it be like content, money, or anything like that, that won't feed your happiness like you will for yourself. So I say that anybody getting into content, it's not crazy mentally healthy. I would say that you definitely have to more than others find a sense of self and be happy with that sense of self, because you're constantly getting beat up every day. And it doesn't need to be like really bad comments, like anything like that. It could just be little ones, like somebody told me that they didn't like my ears, and I'd never noticed my ears before. They said, I said, oh, bet. You know, but like and I'm just joking. I don't care if y'all like my ears or not. But it's just those little things where like things you never looked at, you'll like look for a second. So that's what I don't like about the internet. But it does connect me to a lot of people, and I feel like we're in a place where we need comedy. So I love that I'm able to like facilitate that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a lot of great questions have been asked. I feel like something I've been hearing a lot of is like, you know, your stardom has been rising. You know what I mean? You're in this new place in your life and things like that. Have you had any moments where you like kind of had time to sit back and like, I'm making good money off this? Like, have you had that moment where you're just like damn, like this is my life now? Like,
it was with my homeboy E that's not paying attention. It was with him.
Come on, E.
We live together. He don't care. But I did a deal, and it was for the most money I had made at that time in one sitting, and it was a check. I don't know why it was a check, but it was a check. So I got it in the mail, sitting there reading it, and I'm like, man, I'm looking at this check. This is crazy. And so E's in the room with me. He's in my room, and I go, yeah, man, shit's changing. And like he was on his phone, or he was doing something. Like he was listening, but he wasn't. And almost in the autopilot, he goes, "That shit changed." And like that was a moment for me. I was like, "Oh shit!" When you're in the moment and when you're like living through it, you don't really you can't see an outside perspective. So every day it's like I'm taking one more step forward. But he was like, "Yeah, this shit changed. Like, it's been changed." And I was like, "Damn!" So I sat there, and he said that. He went up to his room, and I remember like I had a gaming desk, my chair, and my bed kind of behind it. So I sat in the chair, turned the bed around, put my feet on my bed, and I just sat there like in silence for like 20 minutes. And I was like, "Damn, I guess shit is changing, huh?" I mean, I guess shit has changed. Like I've crossed the line, and so that was one of the first moments where I was really like, "Damn." And it wasn't necessarily about the money. It was just more about like everything. It was a culmination of everything.
All right, my name is Cleveland. I'm from Miami New Times and Citrus Rap. Now, I know in a past life you were a life insurance agent.
Right.
Now, can you speak of the importance of life insurance and why it's hard to have that conversation?
Yeah, Foster, you wanna get in this?
Yeah.
So
Let me speak real quick.
that's my boy, and he was my manager when we were life insurance agents. I used to respect him. I don't anymore. I would say this. I would say life insurance. When I was selling life insurance, one of the hardest things was going into somebody's house, knowing that they needed it, knowing that they could afford it, but they were something that's called MU, medically uninsurable. And so, what is it, Foster? There's 3 times you need life insurance in your life, when somebody around you die, when you have a near-death experience, and then when you become medically insurable, right? Yeah, that's the 3. So when somebody around you die, that's when everybody wants to get life insurance. Everybody thinks that they're invincible. So like if somebody's mom passes away, like, oh, maybe I need to look into this. That's the first one. The second one is when you almost die. If you get into a car crash and live, you're like, shh, if I would have died, that $20,000 funeral, nobody would have been able to pay for it. Right. They would have been in debt. And then when you become medically insurable, when you go to the doctor because you feel like you got brain fog and they hit you with you have brain cancer, you can never get life insurance again in your life. So now when you die, it's a wrap. Your people are gonna have to come up with a change for that. And so I would go into people's houses and they were expecting me to finally tell them yes, because everyone else told them no. Yeah. And there was this one lady who had breast cancer. No, she had seizures. And we get through all the information, and I was like, man, this is a great candidate. She's got money. She's got one kid that's older now that she doesn't have to necessarily worry about because they're in college. I was like, this is going to be a good sale, and you know, help her out. And at the end, she's like, yeah, I had some condition that gives me cancer, and I take seizure medication for it. And it was a high dose. Like she couldn't drive because of her seizures. And I was like, and like one thing that they taught us was to never let somebody think that they can just get it off rip because of the disappointment. And I didn't do that time. Like I was kind of low on money, so I was like, oh, like I was excited. I was like, oh, we can get this for you. Like very rarely do you have somebody that wants to give you money. So I was like, we got this. And then at the end, she told me that, and I remember just like I had my laptop and I just stopped typing. I was like, damn. And I had to let her know, just what everyone else let her know. Like when she dies, her only child, she's gonna have to be the one that pays for it. So, and you can get life insurance as a baby. Yeah. As soon as you get a social security card, you can get life insurance. And when you're a kid, it's a lot cheaper. we were selling $50,000 policies for $12.99 for kids. And they keep that for their whole life. So anytime that they die, like God forbid that they die within a year, they get the whole 50. If they die in 80 years, they get the whole 50. But somebody in your family does not have to pay for that. And that stops all I know you've seen it like the GoFundMes or the fish fries or the stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sucks. Like, not only is your family dealing with your death, but now they're dealing with bills about your death. And funerals are not cheap. Even a cremation can run you 10 bands. Who's got 10 bands to just drop? You lost your son and now you lost $10,000. So life insurance, man, is super important. And it builds generational wealth.
That part.
Yeah, so when you die and you have $1 million policy on you, you can split that between your kids, and now they can go invest. And then when they die, they have $10 million policies, and so on and so forth. And now 5 generations down, you got a rich family because you decided to get a policy.
Do I get one more question?
Anybody got a question?
Yeah. All right, we can run over. I was late, so that's on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them go. I'll go last.
Okay. My bad. So I know you're into comedy, obviously, but you're also a hip hop head. Can you talk about the importance of delivery and the comedic timing when it comes to both mediums?
Yeah, I don't think people realize that when like bars are just jokes. If you think of your favorite bar, it's just a joke, just said behind a beat. And so I realized that the part of your brain that I used to create a joke is the same part I would use like to create like a bar. So like, I don't know if y'all saw it, but I did a Avatar rap battle. And so it was Aang versus Zuko. And I said, what did I say? I was like, no honor, no father, you my son, so don't bother fighting me. Because by that look in that one eye, I can tell you can't take the heat. but if you flip the rhyme scheme, like imagine if like Aang and Zuko were just like burning each other, frying each other. Like, oh look man, you got no dad, no honor. You know, you can't even take the heat in the kitchen, look at your eye. Like it's the same thing. So I feel like I think that comedians are lucky. Lil Wayne isn't a comedian because he blew everybody out the water. Because like bars are just jokes. I mean, it said bag full of zeros. I got funnies. What? Crazy. Even Eminem tweeted about it. He said, "Why did I never think of that?" That's crazy. Well, yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Hello.
Hi.
Elise Tatum from Soul City right here in Austin. And first of all, I would like to say, black people.
Not me for that, man.
But
You know what's crazy? I just talked to Kai about that. He was like, you know what I said all the time?
every day.
Oh.
But that leads to my question though. What piece of content for you was the most least expected to blow up the way that it did?
The Papa John's ad.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So like a lot of people don't know. I used to post 3 times a day. I do not do that no more. But so I remember it was a day where I was really going into like a content like block. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna post, and I had made the Papa John's video, and I was like, this is not that funny. I even talked to my homeboy Kieran, who is also a creator, and so like I made my 3 skits. And like when I back then, I would show somebody the least funniest first, and then gradually go up to funnier and funnier. You never want to show somebody your funniest video, you know what I'm saying? And so I showed the Papa John skit first. He was, oh yeah, that's funny. And then the other 2 was like, these are hilarious. And I was like, yeah, I didn't really like the Papa John skit. He was like, yeah, it was straight, not your best. Like that's literally what he said. But like that doesn't offend me. We're both content creators. We always, we're very honest. I was like, yeah, bet. I drafted it, and it was in my drafts for like a month or 2 because he lived in LA. I traveled out to LA. Did a whole bunch of stuff with him, came back home. So now it's a month or 2 after I made that video, and I was really in a content block that day. I only posted once that day, and I was like, I at least gotta post again. Let me just look at my drafts. And I was like, oh yeah, that Papa John's joke. I was like, you know what? This will get like $500,000, maybe $250,000. I'll take it. And then it turned into what it turned into. I feel like in terms of success, it was that one. In terms of like being a viral thing, I think it was the black people. That was crazy. I remember I called my boy E because it was like a week after I posted it, and I started seeing people use the sound. I was like, oh no. I was like, they gonna see a sound of just only black people, and then it's just gonna be just little old me right at the top. I'm like, hold on, he made this sound. And but like luckily, like it became a joke that I even made it. It was like people were like, I love that Tony made this joke, and it's actually the opposite. It was like for black people because people were hating on the Baltimore, almost the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore made it. They were just being racist because he came out in a jacket when the bridge fell down. And so that was the whole point of the joke. And to see it flip like that, like as somebody who does art, like I loved it. I was like, this is crazy. Like the same sentence means 2 very different things to people who have different experiences. Like this is crazy. This is dope. And I didn't get in trouble for it, so it was great. But yeah.
Chad from the Fusion House podcast again. So I'm hearing you are the content king, apparently. So what do you enjoy doing outside of content? Like, what do you enjoy doing like on a Friday night when you have nothing to do?
Oh, I'll tell you, it's not Friday, it's Sunday night. Every Sunday, I get together with my people. It's my homies, my girl, and we host. We call it guys night, but it's not really guys. Like it was just like me, my boy E, and my boy Dre, and my brother. And we would all chill for guys night. And that was when we all lived together. And then we all moved out. We got our own spots. And I was like, hey, we should still keep this going, but like now that we're all split up, let's have everybody come in. So we got, my girl comes, and then my boy Dre, he has a girlfriend, she comes, and our homegirl Emma comes through. And Foster comes through too. He's the newest addition to guys night. And so that's super important to me. And I love that I have a friend group where it's super important to them. We're all busy people. We got jobs, we got careers we're trying to start, but everybody blocks off Sunday evening for guys night. We don't gotta chill all day. We don't gotta even do anything. Y'all can just pull up and we chill. But that's one of my favorite things to do other than content, is spend time with people that I love and people that love me. And that love me before any fame or jokes took off or anything like that.
Okay.
I wish I had a cooler answer like,
Hey, that's perfect. Hey, that's real.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, I'm surprised no one even asked you this yet. I know you're an anime fan. Do you have anything that you're looking forward to, like in the coming seasons?
Solo Leveling. I'm looking forward to that. I'm waiting to see how JJK ends. I'm caught up. The leaks were crazy. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, you talking about the manga?
Yeah, the manga. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't spoil it?
Nah, no way. What if I just did?
You be like the fan base.
Nah. And let me see. I think I'm excited for anime as a whole. I think we're going away from longer animes. Like I don't think we'll have another Naruto, One Piece, Bleach in terms of length, but I think that we're having like just great content and stories without having it to be like 700, 800 like episodes. That's partly because of like attention spans. I love long animes. Like I'm fine with it. Other people may not be. It's a little daunting. But I think we're moving in like it's just super rich. Like it's just super rich in content with anime.
I say all the time, we're in a golden age of anime.
Yeah.
Across the board. There's one coming out, just recommended to you. It's called Sakamoto Days.
Yeah. I heard it's fire.
It's gonna be gas.
I haven't read it yet. I heard it's fire.
Just wait.
Yeah.
When the season ends, then catch up.
Yeah, I got you.
But my question is, I'm on the Chakra Network. Drippiest anime character ever.
Drippiest anime character.
Who got it on?
I'd either say what's his name from Bleach? No, not Ichigo. The captain with the floral with the one hair. You know what I'm talking? He's got long hair. Shansui. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got it. What are some character designs that I love? I wouldn't say they have like. Yeah, I mean.
Somebody got it.
They got drippy JJK. I would say that. I like. You don't think so? Let me see. I would say. Who are you? Why am I forgetting every anime I've ever watched? Tokyo Revengers is cool, but nah. There's one. I know I have an answer. I'm trying to think of all the animes I've watched. I'll go Bleach for right now. Who's your answer? Let me see. You said you were like, you know who it is.
Drippiest, I say Dofi definitely got it on.
Okay.
It's sick in the
That's fine.
But he put it on.
Yeah.
JoJo.
Was already mentioned?
Yeah.
We're not even on the part where they got the drip yet.
Yeah, but we know though.
Yeah. He gave up on the first chapter. Like the first chapter of JoJo.
We started watching it together,
and then I got to where JoJo went, like the second JoJo in New York. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Episodes in though. I
He said he got a 3, so fuck
it.
Right. Oh, Tengen? Tengen? Oh, from Demon Slayer?
Oh, he had drip.
Tengen, you got that shit on.
That's how I got 3 wives.
Tengen, you got that shit on, though, you're right. I'll give you that.
So I know you're into history as well. What's the favorite timepiece that you like to just talk about so much?
It's a toss-up between, and I know I'm gonna catch flack for this, because like you remember the trend where it's like, ask your boyfriend how much he thinks about the Roman Empire. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy is that like the ladies have now turned that into what we turned it into. Like my Roman Empire is this. It's the same thing. Yo, just make fun of this. I'd say the Roman Empire, and I'd say like feudal Japan. I love feudal Japan. I like. There's aspects of American history I like too. I would say that, like, but I don't know if it's because of the patriarchal brainwashing that I've come through to be an American, but I do like some aspects of American history, and the ones that I like, I make jokes about. So, and like they were all like 26-year-old dudes, like John Hancock signed his signature. He was like 25 years old. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of tough. So yeah, I say those are the top 3.
And what's some anime characters you feel like that has the aura?
Let me think.
Just give me like 3.
Yes, like actual genuine aura. I would say Gojo. I mean, Gojo killed Hanami with his aura, literally. Literally. Oh, spoilers, I'm sorry. Damn, I am just like the community. Gojo, I think you want to do new gen or old gen?
It's whatever.
All right, we'll do Gojo. Shanks.
Shanks, definitely.
Shanks. I mean, bro was just walking into Whitebeard on a boat and everybody was passing out. Except for Marco. Gojo, Shanks, who'll be my third? Would I say, I wouldn't say Kabachi. Maybe. He might be an honorable mention. Who'll be my third? See, I really think about these answers. That's why I take too long to answer them. All for One.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I feel like people hate on my hero, but if you like, and they hate because it's not that powerful or whatever. But like in terms of like their verse, All for One, I think they perfectly encapsulated like how scary he is and how much of a villain. Like bro is nothing but evil, and like when they kidnapped Bakugo and all the kids pulled up but couldn't help and he walked out. I remember watching. I was like, oh, if it was me, I would have shit all over myself. I was scary as hell, and all he was doing was talking like. So I think All Might's got like crazy aura. All Might, All for One.
All for One, yeah. That's a great one.
All Might don't got no aura.
How you doing? So I'm fairly new to content creation, and I feel like we kind of, in terms of our local level, we kind of blew up like pretty fast.
Right.
And so like you get people, not random, but people I just don't know that come up to me and just start talking. And I just realized I'm not as social as I thought I was.
Right.
Did you naturally adapt when you became like more famous to people, like people come up to you, or did you like how'd you get used to that, like random people just coming up to you?
So funny enough, in high school I was a crazy social butterfly. I like after high school, by the time I hit like 21, I was more on the chill side. So like, if y'all were to go out with me like tomorrow, and it's a club, I'm gonna chill on the sideline. I'll come in, I'll dance in the middle of the circle, like ha ha, right back. So I'm like, now it's like 50-50. I can like turn it on, I can turn it off. But because I was such a social butterfly in high school, like it never really bothered me. Like I feel like I can kind of tell if someone thinks the moment is awkward, and like in a way I can like reassure them that it's not. Cause again, people got anxiety, people got like, it could be hard to ask your like whoever for a picture. So I always like treat it with such love. Cause like you took the time out of your day to like take a picture with me. I'm just a dude, I'm just a guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's something that I love to do with people, and yeah, it's not something I adapted to. I think I've just always been able to talk to people. Yeah, but for you, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. If you say that you're not like crazy social, it could be tough. I didn't mean to be like, yeah, it's still for you.
Hi, I'm Bayla with K104 right here. Yes. So here's my question. So I'm also a high school teacher.
Okay. What
yeah.
grade?
What grade?
Yeah.
Freshman. Yeah.
You a soldier.
I am, for sure. Thank you. But my question is, a lot of my students, when I ask them what they want to do, they always say, I want to be a content creator. What is something that you wish someone would have told you before you made this your career?
I would say this, especially to them. I think anybody, and I truly believe this, I think anybody can pay their bills off of content creation. I think it's something that anybody can do. I don't think everybody has the mental foundation to be a content creator. Like I said, it's a lot of people just reading into you, and especially for young people, because like teenagers now can get famous off of the internet. I feel like that is terrible for their development. And so I would say, if you were to try to do content, do it when you're 22. Get to 22 before you start doing that. But one more time on the last part of the question.
What is something that you wish someone would have told you?
Because they want to be content creators, right?
Right.
That I'm sure that the reason that they want to do it is for either fame or money. And those two things, no matter what, don't bring happiness. And happiness is something that's hard to understand when you're young because not a lot of things hurt because it takes time for you to realize what hurts and what doesn't. And most of the time, it's right after high school you start figuring out what hurts and what doesn't. So I would say to them that let's try to figure out something that makes you happy, and if that can be content, do it. But always worry about your happiness first, if you can. Like, you know, these days it don't matter if you're happy or not. You still gotta go to work. But content is something that, because it's so taxing mentally, that it can make a bad situation worse for somebody. So that's what I would tell them. And they still won't understand it until later. Like, even if you were to tell them that.
Their frontal lobe.
Yeah.
My last question for you, it's about the con actually. It's gonna be kind of lighthearted too, because I feel like it's gotten really heavy a little bit. What has been your favorite part about Dreamcon, and then what are you looking forward to most when it comes to Dreamcon?
My favorite part is the community. I think, like, I've been to other cons, and other cons, it's individual people going for individual things. Versus Dreamcon, it feels like damn near one big happy family just going. It's a whole bunch of love here. So I would say that's the biggest difference, and that's one of my favorite difference between them and other cons, and one of my favorite things here. And the second question was?
What are you looking forward to most coming up about the con?
What am I looking forward to most?
Like the dodgeball game.
Yeah. I would say dodgeball and basketball, just because I get to see like my friends on different teams go after it. But I will say this, for the future of Dreamcon, something I'm looking forward to is everyone's starting to realize like how much like anime is intertwined with like our culture as well, and it's not just like weird cartoons anymore. It's like a real deal thing, and it's already a real deal thing in Japan, obviously. But how big it's coming into America, and we see the Comic-Cons and we see like other anime cons, and they're starting to kind of like show people. But I think Dreamcon is going to be the one that really like puts a lot of this on the map, especially when they like. We got to remember they're 6 years in, and Comic-Con is going on right now. I don't know if you guys have looked outside, but it's packed in this building. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it shows that Dreamcon can not only compete with other cons in terms of just the idea of competing with them, but they've literally shown it because another con is going on, and it's Comic-Con. It's a huge con, and it's still packed here. It's not like I was here last year, I was here this year. It feels like there's more people here this year. So I'm excited to just see Dreamcon blossom. Like, imagine what it's gonna look like in 15 years, you know. And so we're kind of seeing like history in the making. So that's really dope.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to conclude the press conference. I don't know if you wanted to do like any like pictures or anything after that.
Yeah, if y'all want. Yeah, for sure. I do want to apologize. I thought it was at 5:30. I completely read the time wrong, and that's on me. That's my responsibility to keep up with my thing. So I apologize. I'm sorry if you guys waited on me. I hate that you did.
You dropped a lot of gems.
I know, right?
A lot of gems. It's worth the wait. I promise.
Yeah.
This is Cleo Thomas. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the back row, and then we're going to ask questions, and then we're going to sweep to the front, and then we're going to just go from there, okay? Cleo, do you have any questions, man?
No questions at all. I'm here for you guys, man.
Okay, so we're going to get the first question underway. We're going to
Wow, I love how far we've come with that. Audio, mic-wise.
Sorry about that.
No problem, brother.
I was saying that about it.
No, all good, all good. How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing all right.
I'm good.
Just pass it up here, and then we'll go this way, okay?
Mic check. Okay, we good. Cool.
We good?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
All right, my name is Cleveland, coming from the Citrus Rap. My question for you is that you started a whole journey with your siblings now, so
Yeah.
you brought them on with the podcast. Do you see yourself, a little bit of yourself in them?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you look at our faces, you can see like it's like looking in a mirror for sure for like my entire life. Yeah. So the journey of the 4 controllers. Me being the oldest of my siblings, like my pastime really was just playing video games and talking anime with my family. They're my foundation. That's what's kept me, you know, with a very clear directive in life is being able to have my family always with me. My mom's running around here in this chaos, which is, I don't know why I brought her, but that's a whole other thing. It's been a great journey for us to now begin the 4 controllers journey, and we've we've got our YouTube channel, we've got our Instagram, we've got our TikTok. We're across all social media platforms. And now we get the chance to show the world exactly what we're capable of. Because you have myself, who I've been in this industry 30-something years now. 30 years. Yeah, so I'm a veteran at this point. I can give myself that. Like, I'm a veteran. Then you have my brother Kadeem, who's player 2 of the 4 controllers. He's always been into tech. When I started my Twitch stream, I came to him with the idea of what I wanted to do. And luckily enough, he had been sitting on all that tech that I would have been needed to start my Twitch stream. All the games, all the consoles, all the computer, he had all that stuff already. So it was nothing but to just go. My brother Hamil, who's in the room right there, the one that looks like, you know, Zero reincarnated pretty much. He's an artist. He's a personality like no other. Like he's incredible. And then my baby sister is an artist, and by that I mean she draws. She designed the 4K, the 4 controllers logo, and it's been a great thing. It's really a collective unit as a family. We just went to Tokyo together for the first time, and it was so much fun. We drove the go-karts together, we went to arcades, we ate food, it was amazing. So more and more coming from the 4 controllers for sure. And do I see myself in them? I see a different version of what my parents created in all of us. So yeah.
Wow, it's like the Fantastic Four. You guys are like utilizing each other just to build this whole squad together.
That's what it's about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Very well.
Ideal Tone from Binge Or Cringe Podacst. So just, you know, what's your favorite thing about going to these cons and just meeting these people and like just experiencing it?
Connecting with people who are just like me. So growing up, it was just me and my brother. We're 3 years apart. And then the baby brother, he's 10 years younger than me, right? So we didn't really have people to connect with. We only knew 2 other people who liked Final Fantasy VII and Castlevania Symphony of the Night and watched Dragon Ball Z. We only knew 2 other people. So 3 years ago, when I saw some of the recaps from Dreamcon, I was like, yo, I don't care what I'm doing, we're going down there. We have to go down there just to be a part of the culture, be a part of the moment. We get down here, man, and it was so important, I think, for me to see my 2 younger siblings get a chance to see people who are just like them, who are into the same things that they are. So for me, is when I come here, man, I get a chance to connect with what I would consider my extended family. The people who I can talk anime with, gaming with, comics with, movies with. I feel at home here. So I enjoy it without a doubt. I love giving a chance to give back in many ways, being able to share my knowledge of the things that I've actually had a chance to do since a very young age as well, because we're now living in a situation, or excuse me, we live in an era of entertainment where everyone wants to figure out how to create, and everyone has the technology to be able to do that. That wasn't available for me when I first started my journey at 5 years old. But here we are now, and I get a chance to give some of that expertise to the next generation, and that's what I love the most.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. And I want to show off my new cosplays. I had way too much money on them things. I was like, hey, I need another one. Yeah.
Jeremy from the Fusion High podcast. First of all, baller jacket.
No, man, I'm just
you're gonna talk still about it. Just
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, get zoom in.
Yeah, thank you. You feel me? Yeah. All right, cool.
So I watched you last year at Dreamcon winning championships.
Yeah.
Man, so was that your first Dreamcon, and like, how did you feel and all that good jazz, man?
So,
last year,
man, that was my second year, and what's crazy is I left Story Mode Bay's Bay Brigade battle. I left that stage to go straight to the video game tournament area. They told me that there was a Mortal Kombat tournament coming on, but they didn't know if I would be competing in it. So when the final answer came that, yeah, we want Cleo to compete, I'm like, they're all screwed. They don't know what they have no idea what they've done. Because I'm going to win. I don't care who you're putting me up against. Like, I play Mortal Kombat religiously. Like, that is my game. Kadeem, who's not in the room currently, he's the, we've been playing Mortal Kombat 1 together. I mean, we've been playing the Mortal Kombat franchise together since we were babies. He's always chosen Scorpion. I've always chosen Sub-Zero. So it was a done deal. Did I know that I would be competing in a Powerline cosplay? No, but I think it added on to the story. It was really cool to see the headlines say like, Zero from Holes wins Mortal Kombat tournament dressed as Powerline from a Goofy movie. That's what the headline said. I'm like, yo, this is the most Chat GPT made up ass headline you can get. And it was an incredible experience, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've rode that wave and that feeling for the last year. I've had people come to me and ask me, am I going to compete the next year? Do you defend the title? And I've been telling people, absolutely. because I'm champion, so they gotta beat me. There were some changes overall to the schedule, so I didn't get a chance to compete this year. Whoever wins this year, don't worry, you still gotta face me anyway. So it's okay. It's okay. Have your year of fun, that's cool, but you know you gotta deal with the big bad boss later. Just know. Yeah, brother. Thank you for that, man. I've been riding the hell of that wave. I loved it. I loved it. Trophy's big too.
I see it.
It's so heavy.
Really?
It's so heavy. When I look back, I'm like, I held that thing with one hand? No, I'm tripping. Oh, bro, it's in here. It's adrenaline. Exactly. That's what it was for me.
Yeah, so the background for my partner is Christian. I'm Chad from the Fusion Hot Podcast. So after winning the Mortal Kombat tournament, I gotta ask, what is your favorite Mortal Kombat game?
Ooh, favorite Mortal Kombat game. I'm gonna have to go with MK Trilogy. That's one of my favorites because when I got my very first per diem check, which was when we were doing holes, I went to the Walmart out there in Ridgecrest, California, and I bought the PlayStation 1 with the flip-up screen. That was like my first big boy purchase. I was like, my parents didn't buy it. I bought this. This is mine. You know? And I had 4 games out there with me while I was doing the movie. I had Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy VII, and MK Trilogy. So we're on set, and you know you got the other actors in D10. You got Brandon Jefferson, Brandon Jefferson and Miguel Castro and Byron Cotton and Jake Smith and Max Cash and even Shia. They all wanted to try me in Mortal Kombat because it was right there in the room. And the crazy part about it, like we were still technically in school, so we had a trailer dedicated to us to be able to still do our homework. We weren't doing no damn homework. We were playing video games. So they all tried me in that, and they all got smoked in that as well, even back then. So Trilogy is my favorite, but I'm telling you, I love everything about this new one. I love MK1. I love it. I absolutely. You don't like it?
No, I'm just telling my friend that I was like, man, people ain't really rocking with it because like Evo, it was just a registration.
It was the Evo thing. Yeah, they saw the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, they showed the numbers. So
yeah.
They're going, oh, it was garbage, but I was just like, people ain't rocking with it.
I think it's one of those things where it's a style thing, right? Tekken right now, Tekken is the game right here today that's everyone is loving. For me, I gotta learn to play Tekken again. Like I love Tekken Tag Team Tournament 2. Those are my go-tos. But I'm loving everything about MK1, especially what they're doing with the characters. Like I don't know if anyone's seen the trailer. I don't want to spoil anything, but spoil it. Yeah. Yo, they dropped the next expansion pack. So we get Sector and Cyrax, and now they're women. I love that. Crazy switch, right? We didn't expect that. We also get Ghostface from Scream as a fighter, right? Nuts. We also get the Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the liquid one. The liquid guy, he's a fighter. And then I think Conan, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan as well. So crazy out there, like, you know, you gotta think the dads who were like in the 80s, like the dads who were in the 80s, like this is their all-star team. It's like now, but now they gotta come face the young generation and get beat up. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see the fatalities for these characters, and they also brought back animalities.
What?
Right? In this era, we get animalities back. So I'm excited for everything coming from Mortal Kombat. After I won the tournament here, I was invited out to the NetherRealm Studios out there in Chicago to see the actual studio, how they make everything, and it was a blast. My brother Kadeem, who I think, did you already do? Oh no, there he is. He's dressed as Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah, so we went out there together, man, and had a conversation with Ed Boon about what it means to have this game in our lives, because that's what we connected over all this time. So yeah, big Mortal Kombat fans. Okay. Yeah, brother.
Chris Carter from Shots by Shinobi. Sub-Zero, best character, by the way.
Yes, sir.
How do you choose your script? So you're recently in Vigilante. It was good. What about that made you want to make that movie?
Great question, man. Having the opportunity. So, as I mentioned, we live in a generation now, entertainment-wise, where you can call action whenever you want. You know, I told my mom I wanted to be an actor at 5 years old. We were living in Germany at the time, and she's just like, okay, like I don't know how to help you do this. We ended up back in the States, and there was no one to guide us, there's no one to help us to tell us how to even start this process. So we just jumped full force into it. I heard 1,000 no's before I ever heard my first yes, right? And Holes wasn't even the first yes. There was Friday After Next before that. There was Family Law before that. There was a few commercials before that. But Holes was the one, of course, that was the first major motion picture I get a chance to be a part of. Now I'm entered into that world. Great. Here we are 21 years later, it still lives on. I've very blessed to have the resume that I do have as an actor, as far as from Walking Tall with The Rock, and then Roll Bounce with that iconic cast. Like, I love our cast in Roll Bounce. No offense to ATL. But we have a better cast and a better story. And what's crazy about that Hollywood-wise, like both of those scripts were in rotation at the same time. So people were auditioning both for Roll Bounce and ATL. The original name of the ATL was called, it was a weird, it's like Jelly Beans.
Jelly Beans.
Yep, that's the one, that's it. So both of those scripts were in rotation at Hollywood at the same time. So here we are years later, and as an actor, I've always been looking for whatever's the thing that's gonna be next, right? I look at actors like Dante Bosco. You know who that is, right? Dante is, of course, Rufio to people, right? But he's also Zuko to a lot of other people. I look at people like Harrison Ford, who is Indiana Jones to a lot of people, but he's also Han Solo to a lot of people. I know that no matter what happens in my career, I am Zero. I am the Black Harry Potter. I ain't going nowhere. I'm cool with that. But I'm looking at I'm always looking forward to whatever that next opportunity is for me to be able to add another legendary character to my resume. So to answer your question as far as what happened with Vigilante, I've known Wes for years, and we've always talked about working together. It was just about the timing. It was all it ever was. It was like, can he get his timing together, and is the script gonna be good enough for us to go? The moment he brings me this project and I get a chance to read the script for the first time, and I loved it because it was gonna challenge me. No one had ever seen me in that light yet. Sure, I've been in like 4 interrogation rooms on like 4 different shows. I'm like, am I getting typecasted as the guy who just gonna keep getting arrested and is gonna snitch? Like, I'm always in this interrogation room. But with this one, it was way different. Like, I got a chance to tap in and be very, very critical, calculated with the character. I made decisions as an actor that I hope really would read well on screen. And from the reception that's received so far, I'm very grateful that it has. Because the entertainment business is wild. It's unfair. It doesn't matter. My brother said it to me before. He was like, in his field of work, he's like, your resume matters. He's like, when he looks at me in the entertainment, he's just like, how do you have all this and the resume doesn't lead to the next gig? It doesn't resonate, doesn't understand, but that's just part of the business. So I look forward for people to see Vigilante. I also announced yesterday I get a chance to be a part of a brand new horror film called If It Bleeds. So I'm really excited about that, my first horror movie. And we look forward to more in the future. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man.
Hey, due to time constraints, we're gonna have to just do one more thing. So you said you
I'm sorry.
You said you needed to do.
Oh yeah, if you could, I'm on the Dreamcon recap.
Okay.
James, if you could just say a quick, just anything about Dreamcon positive.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we are, 3 years later, man. This is my very first Dreamcon, and every single time I come here, it's an amazing experience. People get a chance to connect, learn, but also be a part of something special. Growing up, there was nothing like this for me, so to be a part of it now amongst a new generation, even OGs out here having a good time, they cosplaying, I'm like, oh, it's lit, it's a family cookout, we having a good time. It's nothing like it, man. And I look forward to next year, I look forward to getting bigger, bigger, and bigger, and I hope to see everyone in 2025 at Dreamcon. You know? Full control, of course. Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, so segue, and then we can close it out. So you've been having a hell of a summer, first off. You've
Thank
been
you.
Like popping in and out of every universe I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, now you booked a horror movie under
Yeah.
your belt. So can you tell us a little bit more about If It Bleeds?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It's directed by a guy named Matthew Hirsch. And what's crazy is Matthew Hirsch saw Vigilante. He came to the screening, saw that, and approached me and was like, yo, I don't know if you're into horror, but I have a part for you I'd love for you to play. So that was the first time that it went from someone seeing my performance and instantly being able to say, I got the next thing lined up for you. I read the script, fell in love with it because horror is something I haven't done yet. And there's so many little intricacies of what make great horror films. The tropes, the line delivery, it's so different from anything I've ever done. But I'm grateful because I'm around legends. I'm around veterans of the genre. So I'm picking up things left and right. We shot the last 3 days when I was in LA. As soon as I get back, we got 2 more weeks of filming. And then the world gets a chance to see my very first horror movie, If It Bleeds. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cleo Thomas.
Hey, thank you guys. I see a road, I see a road, I see a road, I see a Hollyland.
I bought a Hollyland after we did that power last.
The one, the little circle ones?
The one we shot with at Blurry, I need.
I don't want to knock anyone's technology, but if you have not tried that Hollyland M3 one, that's the one. That thing sounds amazing.
Right here, but y'all know me, I asked a couple questions at the beginning.
Again, some of us were in here the other day when we had that Naruto versus Bleach versus what you call. And as you see, someone is wearing the best anime's outfit today. So I just want to further solidify that Naruto is the #1 anime out there. Thank you. Thank you for that. I actually run supreme on that, so yeah. Again, I would have to say Dragon Ball Z does not fit that #1 spot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Samurai Jack, ooh, that's a good question. Does Samurai Jack qualify as anime? I would say yeah.
I think so.
Yes. I think so.
Definitely.
Especially after season
4. I also think Avatar is in Teen Titans, but that's a different story.
Oh, I am in agreement. Avatar and Teen Titans are also very much so.
They work hard.
That was gonna be my next question.
They went to Tokyo. I'm sorry.
You been to Tokyo?
Crazy. No, I said Teen Titans. Like when they went out to Japan for the, it was the movie. It was crazy.
Ooh.
They had a movie there. That's when Robin did the infamous like drop down knee attack. He did the double knee attack. It was crazy. It went viral like 2 months ago. It was crazy. Yeah.
That's really great. Yeah. So I know we got questions and stuff. Let's see. What's something we can debate on before we get started? I know we did it good last time. I think we asked all the good questions.
No facts.
We really did. We had a good time in here. Vader, is this your first Dreamcon? All right.
I've been here since the very beginning.
Okay.
The inception of Dreamcon, I was there.
Yeah.
Like the first Dreamcon was like literally in one room. There was a wrestling stage and it was crazy.
Yeah,
like,
y'all was down in Waco.
Yeah, it was chaotic, but it was still fun even back then. Yeah.
What's been your favorite thing thus far?
Honestly, just being able to like see my like creative friends that I don't get to spend time with all the time. Like this feels like a big like family reunion, you know? And besides that, it's always screaming. Like whenever I get to show a project in front of like supporters or anyone, it's like, wow, it's awesome.
We're very excited. And right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you joining?
I can. You want me to?
You can join. Yep.
Come on up.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yep. Is everyone's camera, audio devices rolling?
Everybody good?
Yep.
All right, well, we'll get it started. Again, this is Keith Vader. We'll have about 20 minutes to ask questions. We'll go down. And yeah, let's get started.
So I'm gonna start light. So hi, I'm Duchess. I am the press on behalf of Soul City.
Yeah.
My first question for you, I know you were talking about Dreamcon, like this being a crazy Dreamcon. Can you tell us a little bit more about your craziest Dreamcon experience? You've been here from the jump, so I'm sure you've experienced a lot. What's been your craziest Dreamcon experience?
I think ultimately it's always like the love that. Sorry about that. It's ultimately the love that Dreamcon shows me. You feel me? Like I feel like whenever like you know I walk through the halls or I'm on the stage and we get to show something here. I feel like those are some of the craziest experiences. I mean, actually something super crazy just happened this Dreamcon. So this Dreamcon is like a collaboration with YouTube, which is like super big, that's huge, right? So I'm in the YouTube lounge talking to one of like the heads of YouTube and you know, I'm just in there doing like a Q&A. It feels normal, it's a normal day. And then they're like, yeah, so you know, we know like one of your viral videos is like giving the gift. So we at YouTube want to give a gift to you. And I'm like, a gift to me? I'm like, do you guys know how that video ends? But anyways, they walk up the gift and it's a big YouTube box. And I'm like, what could that be? And then I open it up and it's my 1 million subscriber gold plaque that I haven't got yet. And to have like YouTube and Dreamcon like do that together for me was like super special. So I almost got emotional on stage. I was like, damn. I'm like, hold it in. So yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, my name is Cleveland from Stitches Rap. My question for you is, well, you just got done with Will Smith alongside RNT.
was amazing. You know, like those are like some of my heroes. You feel me? Like I've looked up to Will since like I was like 13, 14. Like watching his videos, watching his movies, of course, and listening to his motivational speaking. So meeting him in person was like, I don't know, it was just so surreal because, you know, he is definitely one of those, like, he's exactly how you expected him to be. Same with Martin. It's like, these are like two like legends, and they make sure everyone in the room feels comfy and calm and warm. And I don't know, I feel like to me when I was there, it was really about getting the job done, making sure like I did this in the most professional way possible, even though inside I'm screaming and freaking out, you know. On the outside, I'm like, you know, action and stuff like that. But ultimately, you know, it just was more of like a confirmation that I am on the right path, and this is exactly where I was meant to be, and I should keep pushing forward, because there's so many things in this path and in this life that might make you feel like you're derailed, or oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but that was like a confirmation, like keep going. So ultimately it was more for like a validation, you know, a self-validation, and they provided that. So yeah.
And how did that come about?
I mean, ultimately I feel like it was just like a fruits of the labor type of situation, you know. Like it started off with like the call from Sony, you know, like to go to the trailer, to just view like a Bad Boys trailer, and I was like, okay, this is cool, like let's do it, you know. We didn't even know like Will and Martin was gonna be there, and they pulled through, and you know they're talking at the trailer and they're introducing the trailer, and then afterwards there's like a photo op. So now like heart's pounding because I'm like, damn, like I get to take a picture with them. Like I didn't expect that. So I'm waiting in the line, and I'm like going in my head about all the things I should say, or maybe the things I shouldn't say. And I blink my eyes, and now I'm second in line. I'm like, okay, I gotta go up there. So I go up there. Of course, I walk up to them and I just ramble. I'm yapping. You feel me? I'm saying all the things that like I'm pouring out my heart, because it's like these are like, you know, my heroes. So ultimately, we take the picture. I walk away. I'm in my head like, damn, I think I messed that up. You know. Next thing I know, I get the call from Writer Boy. You know, he's like, hey, Sony just contacted us. You know what I'm saying? They loved you, and they want to work.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And Ryder, he had this whole thing set up for me where, go ahead, explain.
Literally, so initially when he went to the Bad Boys premiere, my first thought process was King Vader, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. That's a collaboration that I want to happen. I want to make that happen. I'm not gonna lie, because I want to be very honest with you guys. It's not always yeses every time.
Yeah.
The first time I asked or requested for this to be a moment, it was a no. And then I guess being at that premiere and everything like that, one of Will's team knew who Vader was. And so I get the first no was 2 weeks before the yes. 2 weeks later, I get a call, and they're like, hey, we actually want to revisit this. Would King Vader want to shoot with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence? I called one of my partners, Irv, and I told him to record Vader, because I'm about to call him and tell him what I've just been asked by Sony.
And this is when I'm at a completely different event. So I'm like,
That was with Disney?
Yeah, I was working with Disney at the time, so like my mind was like focused on this, and then my boy Irv, he's recording me, and I'm like, okay, well that's weird. And then I'm like, okay, I got a phone call. It's Ryder, so like, what's going on? And then he gives me the news, and I literally freak out on camera, and it became a reality. So yeah.
That's okay.
Thank you.
It's one thing to talk about it. It's another to be in the presence of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fire.
Yeah.
So man.
Hey, cool question. Hey guys, big fans, both of you guys.
Thank you.
Always growing up, you know, I feel like it's a typical question. Like, you know, we've all like been like, you know, black nerds, and there's a lot of like controversy we've had growing up. I feel like a good question I like to ask people is like, what do you feel like is the biggest like hurdle or struggle that you felt like you had to overcome in order to get into the point that you are now? Like any moment that you felt like you kind of got over that hill, or was there something that really felt like was like blocking your path, and then you kind of felt like the weight off your shoulders at a moment?
Yeah. So I feel like in the beginning of the journey, the biggest problem and issue for me was the self-belief factor. I feel like a lot of problems that a lot of us have in the beginning is we're actually standing in our own way. You feel me? And it's like, you know, we want the support from the friends and the family and, you know, the close ones, but sometimes like ultimately that's not there in the beginning. It's not because they don't love or they don't want to support, but sometimes it's like you have to show them what you're actually talking about to make them believe in it. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to believe in yourself first. You know what I'm saying? If you want people to believe in something, you have to be the first. So ultimately, self-belief in the beginning was a huge like hurdle, but you know, watching things like Naruto, you feel me, inspired the flame in me, and I was like, damn, like if he can do it, if he can chase after his goals, if he can proclaim this big goal, then why can't I, you know? So after that, I just kind of started to believe like I could do this. And then when you have like that one person, when you have that first person to believe in you, that's really when things get like kicked off. So I feel like ultimately, you know, you gotta keep pushing on to this path until just one person believes in you, and then it's just a snowball effect. So when you find that one person, you know, cherish them and keep going. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
What would you say?
You know why we're so like this? Is we have the same mind.
Yeah.
We have the same mind. I was gonna say the same thing. And to this day, it is for me. I'm always my biggest like hurdle to get over. Time and time again, reinventing myself and just going on to the different steps in life. It's always me. It's nothing else but me. It's me in my mind. It's me in my head, and it's me fighting me to get to the better version of me. And you said something else about people not believing or seeing who you are or who you see. That's true. They can't see what's inside of your head. Yeah. So it's until you bring it into the reality that they'll then see. Yeah. My family didn't see me, but they didn't see either one of us.
Like just a small little story. We, you know, young filmmakers of the family. Every cookout, we're literally like damn near begging everyone to come into the living room, sit down for a couple seconds, and just watch this project we worked hard on. And then like over the years, it transitioned to when we go in, like, hey nephew, like, what's the new project? Like, y'all gotta show us something. And, you know,
I want to go to the premiere.
They have no idea how good that feels. Like, it's like, you guys want to, like, that's crazy.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We really have the same mind.
I actually have a question for both of y'all. I know with me growing up, I was always had that one saying or motivational quote that someone always gave me that kind of just keep me going sometime. I had like a quote, this is a song me and my brother did. It was like, no stress, everything's gonna be fun. Do y'all have something that just, when y'all get down, you have something that kind of gets y'all going, something y'all say in your head or something y'all look at?
Like I said, like, I got a lot of motivation from like Naruto, Will Smith, and like I have a lot of different people I listen to. Something that really stuck with me with Will Smith is he said that those who say they can and those who say they can't are both usually right. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes down to self-belief. So if you say you can do something, it's ultimately up to you to make it happen, but you saying it is kind of like already halfway. You're already halfway there. So I feel like ultimately, you know, you're gonna get down, but you know, knowing that it's up to you and you can like bring yourself out of that darkness or that storm with your words, you know what I'm saying? Like you speak things into existence all the time. So it's like, to me, that's really what keeps me, you know, going.
So dope. For me, there's one thing I always repeat, especially in like times where I fall short. I always say nothing just happens. Nothing just happens, because it doesn't, and my destiny is guaranteed. So if this fell short in this moment, it's okay, because nothing just happens. I'm gonna get to where I'm going, regardless. There's nothing that can stop me, not even me.
Yeah.
My destiny is certified. When I got that note from Sony, nothing just happens. 2 weeks later, I got my yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, but nothing just happens for me.
Thank you.
How you doing? This is Smooth. I don't like the cow, but anyway.
What's happening?
What is your big why that can help you push past self-doubt and self-belief when you are in those times? What's your big why?
I mean, I think I think there's a lot of things. For me, it's kind of like it's a realization that like I today can see the difference in who I was, you know, like 10 years, 5 years back, right? It's like I'm kind of pushing not only for like the future version of me, but also like the younger version of me, like the kid who, you know, was still trying to figure out like self-belief and things of that nature. Like I fight to make him proud. Like, do you see how far like we got? Like, bro, like it was just an idea, it was just a thought, it was just a what if, and now we're actually doing the things we said we were going to do. So ultimately it's like to make that inner child like proud, and you know, for the family, you feel me, for my supporters, you know what I'm saying, God did, of course, and to continue to like, you know, prove the haters wrong. Ultimately, it's never like they're the focus, but it's like there are a lot of the non-believers, the people who are negative, and ultimately it's like I don't want to just say things. I like to put the actions behind the words to prove those people wrong. So yeah.
For me, my why is I'm not done yet. Like, I have purpose. I want to change lives with my film, with creating, and with who I am as a man, as a human being. I genuinely, I want to change lives. I want people to be affected when I leave this earth. I want that, and I'm not done with that yet. Although I see my presence has done so much for certain people, I still got so much to do. So much to do in a little bit of time. So that's my why.
Yes, sir.
That's my why.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What are some like stories that you guys are looking forward to telling in the future, or like is there a story that you really want to tell that you just haven't created just yet?
I mean, I feel like as filmmakers and creatives, we literally have so many ideas. You feel me? And it ultimately comes down to like when and like you know, like when's the right time to tell these stories. You feel me? Because you know, I have like ideas, like huge ideas in the future. Like one of my favorite films is Inception, and like a goal as a filmmaker is like I want to make a movie as good as Inception one day, but that's gonna take some work. You feel me? But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different stories and perspectives that I want to tell.
Same. I think that, and then for transparency, we're already working on them, working on creating the next films for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years of our career. We're developing already. And for transparency, I have films that are coming out next year. I have films that I know is going to be my Nobel Peace Prize. I want everything.
Our babies, the ones that we know, like, okay, when we're on, now it's like, now we can make the one we really want to make.
Absolutely.
You feel me? But we're gonna touch a bunch of genres, you know.
Yes.
I want to do the action comedies, the sci-fis. I want to do horror, of course, the comedies. I don't know if I'm gonna do romance. You feel me? I don't know if I'm gonna do romance. You feel me? But like, you know, horror. Like, I didn't think I'd ever like be into like the scary and to the suspense, but through like doing like, you know, skits and Don't Disrespect Halloween, I actually found a love for like the horror killers and the genres and you know, scary and all that. So yeah.
And with you put out a combination of Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
How was it having that synchronization with the music?
Yeah.
And also knowing the importance of sound design and also how music can be a energy to push emotion.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, it's like, you know, music has been like a huge part of like the push into like my creative, and like I don't even know where it came from. It's just like, you know, I'm a enjoyer of music, you know, of all genres. I don't even just specifically like this or that. It's like I listen to everything. So it's like I hear something to my ear, a melody, I'm like, damn, like that's fire, you feel me? And you know, ultimately when you hear something that inspires you, you get these ideas, these visions, and you wanna create these, you wanna show people what you see. And you know, I feel like music is gonna be a huge part in like my directing, like moving forward, whether that's through the score or a sound design or whatever. It's always gonna be a rhythm to like how I edit these things and create these things. Yeah.
So we've been here all week, or all weekend.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Kevin on stage was here.
Yeah.
Would you consider collabing with him to like make a movie? He like, is it okay to like say? Because he did tell it to a room full of press.
Yeah.
He said that he had like a good idea for like a zombie movie.
Yeah.
But from a perspective that the zombies are actually intelligent.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
they put on a.
That's fire.
They put on an act, and it was like linked back to like how black people used to act back in the days, like in slavery times where they thought we were dumb, but like we weren't, but we had to put on the act. So he was like, the zombies basically are like that. So he wanted to put on a film like that, but he said he was having trouble figuring out people to partner with. So
yeah,
it's just not a question. It's just
yeah.
Y'all should link up and like put that through.
No, Kev is, you know what I'm saying, he's amazing. You know what I'm saying? A genuine, humble human being, amazing at what he does. And I mean, ultimately, we were already planning things, you know, to work with Kev. So it's like, I don't want to ruin any surprises, but, you know, yeah. Things are in the works, so yeah.
Hi, yes, Duchess again. I have a question for both of you. This is a question that I've asked before to other creators, other people in this space, but especially as males, especially as black males in this space, I want to get an understanding and hear you guys' take on mental health and what it looks like in this space, in your room.
Mental health is definitely a serious topic, you know, because it's like, it's about finding like your balance with all of this. You know, I feel like when we started creating, there was never like a guide of how to do this or what the different pressures were gonna be like, or, you know, like being viewed by millions of people, like not all of those people are gonna be nice, you feel me? Yeah. And it's like, how do you take in all this but keep things positive, you feel me? And I feel like it's about having like a strong like base and foundation around you, you know, to keep you grounded in these situations, because it's easy to get like lost in all of it, you know. And I feel like, you know, having these conversations with like your loved ones and people who are closest to you who kind of have an understanding, you have to let people in, you feel me? So I feel like the biggest thing for mental health in this space is to communicate and to talk, especially like to people you feel comfy with, you know, the people you trust. I feel like ultimately a lot of people try to keep things boiled up inside, and you know, you build up, and then eventually you're gonna crash because it's like you're carrying the world on your shoulders.
You pointed to me when you said that. What's all that about?
You know, we're you know, we do this, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. But ultimately it's because like we both have, you know, a lot of, you know, pressures, and we have families, and you know, we have big dreams, and you know, we wake up every day with the ambition to chase these dreams. But it's like it takes strong mentality to wake up with this drive and, you know, push every single day. So I feel like communication for me is like how I get through it and maneuver.
Yeah, I definitely agree with him. And one thing that he touched on is like the circle that we have. We have a very strong foundation, a strong circle. We didn't come to Hollywood with nothing. We came to Hollywood family.
Yeah.
And genuinely, like this man is seeing me tear up, cry, panic attacks, like everything. And we go through things together. Because especially for me, like when I wake up, I got 15 calls, I got meetings, I have this, I have that, to structure our foundation as I'm building our empire. Yeah. And I've been doing this since I was, 18, 19 years old.
And he's amazing at it.
Thank you. And it's just about having that foundation and that circle that listens when you speak. And I'm thankful that I have that, although I complain a lot. I'm thankful that I have that. I have family that genuinely cares about my well-being. And it's not just, and then the other thing too is making sure that you make sure that your peace and your mind is a priority. Like your mental is a priority. Taking time out of the day, whether it's meditation, whether it's going on a walk. I go and walk with God daily. I go and walk with Him daily. Yeah. Because this life can be amazing, but it's also very fast paced. It's also like we're going immediately. When we wake up, we go. When we go to sleep, we're thinking about what we're doing tomorrow. Like we have. I mean, I got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep for the last week and a half before I got here because I'm on production. Yeah. And then when I go back, then we're figuring out more production. Like this is my life. And although I would never I never change it for the world. Yeah. But making sure that your mental health is a priority. I definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because it's necessary.
And also like plan vacations because you know with us it's like if it's up to us we're not gonna take a vacation.
Absolutely
We will
not.
just push through an entire year of just work. But ultimately I feel like a lot of creators, because we move so fast, we don't think about how important taking a step away and breathing is, because it's like you're no longer working the 9 to 5. It's a 24/7 now. It's like it's up to you how you make this happen. It's one of the biggest like hustles there is.
Yeah, and
So,
in this industry, this is not nothing is guaranteed. This is the wild. You only eat what you catch, and so that's been our mentality for so many years. Like we have to go, we have to work, we have to do. But now we're in a position to be able to say, well, hold on, we don't have to do this month. We don't have to do that. Like let's take a break. Let's take a breath. Vader has been working with me to do that.
yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think we just need to get a sound.
Oh yeah,
Dreamcon.
I'm on the Dreamcon recap team.
Yeah.
You already touched on Dreamcon really
Yeah.
well, but can I just get another soundbite of what you think about it?
Oh yeah. I mean, ultimately, you know, Dreamcon is always amazing. You know, I've been here since Dreamcon 1, and I'm gonna be here at Dreamcon 10. You feel me? Like Dreamcon feels like it feels like family. It feels like a big like hug, you know. And I truly appreciate like everyone at Dreamcon, the supporters, the staff, my creative friends, like everyone. You know, it feels like love here, and I feel like as long as it feels that way, we're always gonna be here. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Thank you, Dreamcon. Dreamcon 2024 turned up. It's been amazing. It's been great. Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Great questions, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Beats by Dino.